Hey y'all, Natalie here for Cherry on Top today, and this Technique Tuesday we are focused on texture paste this month. So I'm going to tint my texture paste to match these stars on this color kaleidoscope paper from Vicki Budin that I have been hoarding. I'm going to use this blue background paper that is from the new Color Study collection because my son's graduation gown is that bright blue, so I thought it'd be fun to color block and use the stars in the lime green, the orange, and the red from that star paper. So I fussy cut some stars, and now I'm grabbing out two powdered inks from their Color Burst from Ken Oliver, and I'm just going to put the orange one in this little dollop of the matte texture paste by Tim Holtz and mix it together. And look, it just like makes the perfect color orange that matches those orange stars. And my favorite texture paste is this matte texture paste from Tim Holtz. It's very opaque, and so I have not put any gesso on this blue paper because I'm not really adding a lot of liquid. I'm just adding this texture paste, which will dry very matte and I don't know the other word I'm thinking. Not chalky, really. It won't come off. And so that's why it's not liquidy, so I don't need gesso. So I'm just going to spread the orange texture paste through the stencil, kind of in a starburst, so like a triangular way as though it's bursting out of the photo. And I'm going to do the same thing for the red. I'm using the same Color Burst by Ken Oliver in a crimson color and putting it in the texture paste. And I was a little nervous because, you know, normally white and red make pink, but this actually turned out to be a really great color of red that matched those stars, so that worked out. I was glad of that. I did add a little bit more at the end just to make it a little deeper. So I'm going to do the same thing there on the right, kind of do a triangular shape coming out from the photo, a little wider towards the edge of the paper. There's lots of different types of texture paste, and like I said, this is my favorite one, but you can see in the store, if you just like search texture paste, all the different types there are. There's glitter ones, there's some that are already tinted, there's some opaque ones, so you can, no, that's not the word. I'm not sure the word. I can't think of the word right now. Not opaque. So like ones that would be clear when they dry. So if you tinted them, they would just kind of give you like a red glaze more than like a red color. So this last one, I didn't have a powder in lime green, so I used a spray, but I was pleasantly surprised. It still didn't cause too much liquid that I would need gesso, and it tinted the texture paste just fine. So, and I could have added more to get a deeper color, I guess, because it did kind of lighten it up, but that's okay. And it would have taken on more liquid and been completely fine and not been too runny. I'm sure there's probably a level of liquid that you would have to stop adding, or the texture paste would just be too runny and probably wouldn't dry properly, but it definitely can be tinted with liquid. So I've added the picture right there in the middle, and the title is going to say "You Are Bright." And the bright word, I was going to cut it out with my Cricut, and then I remembered that I had a Miriam Bright die from Momenta. And so I'll show you here in a minute that I just altered that die and only to use the word bright. So I double cut it. I cut it with some star paper as well as a yellow paper, and then I kind of offset it to make it a little more noticeable. So now I'm going to start gluing down all the fussy cut stars from that color kaleidoscope paper. I'm going to glue some of them directly onto the page, and then I'm going to pop some of them up with that tape as well. Sorry, my dog is being a big pest right now. So if there's some sounds in the background, that's her. So there you have the red stars. I just kind of like scattered them around the texture paste section, and so I'm going to do the same with the green, lime green. I just pop up a few. I had enough of the big ones there that I put that big one down, and then I popped up a smaller one and layered it on top of that because I like to do the layering. You know, that's just one of the things I like that brings cohesion to a page. So this is kind of like a different type of design for me, but I had a lot of fun doing it. It was really fun. So I'll probably be going back to this one. It's always good to try something new, right? Oh, this dog is a pest. And going in with the orange stars there at the top. There were just stars in the background that he was standing in front of. So that is what inspired me to do stars on my layout. And I had, like I said, I had been hoarding this rainbow star paper from Vicki Boutin, so it was a perfect time to use it. So there's that die I was talking about that I just cut the bright part out of. And now I'm going to use these puffy alphas to say you are. And I didn't have enough letters, so I did kind of trim down the @ sign for the A, and then the X became a Y, and then the R is just slicing out a little bit of the bottom of a B. And it worked well, and I covered up the weird part of the R with the bright word, and it worked great. So now it's time to embellish. So I just pulled out some colored, mostly tags from my ephemera collection. And so I ended up having a tag for each color. And so I thought, wouldn't it be fun to add these tags in and then go in and add a different little phrase stickers that were like words of affirmation or things about my boy. So I thought that was fun. So I sliced off that little part of that red tag. It had some stars on it. And then this gray tag, I trimmed it up because there wasn't a lot of gray on the page. So, but it had lime green stars. So I put it on the other side of the photo, just kind of as some more backing. And now there's another red tag. So I have a tag for each color star, and I'm going to go through, and I love these little phrase stickers that come from Cocoa Vanilla Studio. So I'm going to add one of those on each of the labels, just saying things about him or words of affirmation, and stick those in kind of like a staggered way that create a kind of a visually pleasing triangle. And actually, I do end up adding a yellow label, so I guess it's not a triangle. Perhaps it's a diamond, but the idea was a triangle there at first. But adding the yellow gave me a place to put the date in the activity, as well as just adding in another label that went with the other three. So it worked out. And there is some blank space at some of these labels, so I'll fill in later with some jewels or some other embellishments to kind of make them not stand out so much. So now I'm just going through my sticker sheets and looking for stickers that are the same color. So I loved this one from Pink Fresh because it said color outside the lines, and it was orange, and it just worked perfectly because he was graduating preschool. Clearly he colors outside the lines. Let's see, I grabbed some sunglasses that were green and red because he's bright, so he needs sunglasses. And I also added another tag from Simple Stories that says, "But Still My Baby," I think is what it says. But it was red, and it matched, and it fits with the theme. And a little heart up there as well. Little puffy heart. I think that's from a really old Fancy Pants collection. So this is why hoarding is good, because you can always find something that goes when you're trying to color block and want to use multiple collections. And I think we're about done. Oh, that sticker added in says Wild and Free. And then off screen, I'll add the jewels because Lachlan loves his jewels. He always asks me to put some on his page. So there I go in with the yellow embellishments at the bottom. I added a few stickers before I decided to add the label. And the label that I had a little typing at the top. So I turned it upside down, and then I just used another little yellow label sticker that was from Simple Stories, and it said, I think, Smart and Kind. So it kind of made the title end up being "You Are Bright, Smart, and Kind," which I really loved. And I put the date right smack in the middle of that on the label, and it doesn't make sense, but that's okay because it works for me and my scrapbooking. And so make it work for you, and don't let things kind of hold you up on using the supplies that you want to use. But I hope you guys have been inspired to tint your texture paste. You can use all kinds of things, watercolors and whatnot, to tint your texture paste any color you want. Make sure to check out the store. There's always new stuff at Cherry on Top, and the link down below with the links. And find me on Instagram at Delightfully Crafty. Thanks for watching, y'all. Bye.